Hello, Warriors. It's Mrs. Fritz from the counseling office. I want to go through with you today two career exploration opportunities that you have in April. Going to start first with the Skilled Trades Fair. That will take place this coming Tuesday, which is on April 16th. This fair is hosted at our campus in the North Building. This is for students that signed up for this activity in March during one of your Warrior Ways. We're capped at about 150 students, and that's how many signups we had. So this is just for the students that signed up for that, grades 9 through 12. I'm able to accommodate everyone that signed up. Please check your school email today. You've got an email from Mrs. Fritz that gives you instructions on what to do Tuesday. You'll go to your first and second period class as normal, and then your email's instructions on where you report so that you can attend that skilled trades fair during periods 3 and 4. If you haven't pulled up your email or aren't able to right at this moment, your Warrior Way teacher does have access to the master list of all the students that are approved to attend that fair. You have to be on the list to be able to attend. And then next, we're going to talk about our last career day of the year. It will take place 2 weeks from today on April 25th during Warrior Way. We'll do this just like we've done all the other ones. I have a menu of speakers that I'm going to quickly go through, and then there'll be a Google form that you'll fill out to make your selection. You can only make one choice. If you change your mind after you submit the form, you'll email Mrs. Fritz, you'll email me, and I'll get that adjusted for you. I'm so excited about this last career day because this is the best one that we've had all year. Our community really came through, lots of volunteers, a wide variety of speakers, and some really unique opportunities, some people who've never come visiting the school before. So very excited. I hope everybody takes advantage of this, including seniors. I know you can see the finish line from here, but I think when you listen to this menu, there's going to be a few speakers that even you might be interested in. All right, as I've done before, your menu has the speakers divided up by career clusters. And then it also denotes which E that speaker is going to be addressing. So remember your what's my E? Is it enrollment, employment, enlistment? Am I planning on going to a 2 or 4 year college after I graduate or some kind of specialized training program? That's enrollment. Enlistment is military, and employment are opportunities where with my high school diploma, I can graduate from high school one day and then go right into the workforce in that field the very next day. All right, starting with health sciences, got lots of choices in this area. Dental assisting, we'll have staff from the Dental Assisting School of Indianapolis to come and talk about this type of career plus the training they provide. Dental assistants provide patient care, take x-rays, keep records, schedule appointments, and other tasks in a dentist's office. The professor from Ivy Tech that instructs all the surgical technology classes is going to return. This is learning about jobs within the medical field where you're in operating rooms or in surgeries, surgical suites, learning about the special set of skills that you need to be able to do that. A new speaker is an occupational therapist. Occupational therapists treat people with injuries, illnesses, or disabilities to help with daily living and other skills. To try to separate this a little bit from a physical therapist, just a very basic example. If I were to break my arm, I'm right-handed. If I'm to break my right arm and hand, I might see a physical therapist that might give me exercise on how to strengthen the muscles. But an occupational therapist might give me some things to practice the grip on a pencil with my left hand, or the grip on the pencil with my right hand as I heal, or learning how to cook with that weaker hand, or learning how to drink a coffee mug. So that's the part about daily living skills. This is an interesting speaker also if you're interested in education, because every school district has occupational therapists on staff. And sometimes people think, I would like to work in a school, but maybe not as a teacher. What are some other occupations? This would be a good one. Medical assisting. This is Ivy Tech staff as well, talking about the programs that they have to train you to be a medical assistant. Medical assistants complete administrative tasks. That would be like scheduling appointments or doing billing and coding for insurance, and take patient vitals. Patient vitals are things like blood pressure or oxygen levels, temperatures, basic description of symptoms, weight, height. It could even be blood draws. And then juniors and seniors, especially listen to this, especially if you're a junior that's looking at graduating the semester early next year. Seniors, if you're not sure what's next for you after graduation, we've got Compass Park. I'm sorry, Compass. Yeah, I said that right. Compass Park from Franklin. That's a skilled nursing and rehab facility. That's another way to think of a nursing home. They're going to come and talk about the job opportunities they have currently in the healthcare field at their facility. So if you're unsure of kind of what that next step is, this is a place that can give you some options for some direct employment. Moving on to the next cluster, architecture and construction. We have an architect coming. We'll talk about the daily tasks of design and project management. Also learn the steps you have to take to become a licensed architect. HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. This is a really important field because where we live, everybody needs to have an air conditioner and a heater. This is a field that you can go into right after high school graduation, after you earn your diploma. So this is a great opportunity for anybody 9 through 12 to come and learn about, but especially seniors. If you're not sure what you're going to do next, one of the speakers will talk about what they call a senior boot camp, which is take high school graduates and they can do a kind of boot camp style of training for you to kind of get you right into that workforce. Civil construction. This is another opportunity for students to get some training while they're in high school and then be ready to be employed as soon as they're done. We are partnering next year with Howard Companies, and we're going to start teaching some civil construction classes next year. That's another way to say heavy highway construction. So we will have students next year that will have a class that will start teaching them how to build sidewalks and curbs and parking lots and roads and streets and highways. So students can start taking classes now, and then once they graduate, potentially have a job even with Howard Company. We have a speaker coming back to talk about landscaping, careers in that field in design and maintenance. And a new speaker in restoration contracting. Restoration is the process of restoring a building to its original state. So you can learn about this type of construction, which would be very different than brand new construction, like from the ground up. You're taking a structure that already exists and restoring it. A lot of times when we think about construction, we think about lumber or we think about wood. We don't necessarily think about the infrastructure of what is going to keep a building upright, and what's the structure within that we can't necessarily see that protects the building. And that a lot of times is from companies that do steel fabrication and installation. So we have a local company coming to talk about employment opportunities. Again, this one's right after you graduate high school. So within the construction field, but specifically dealing with steel and fabrication and installation. Within public safety, this is all this time military speakers. So anybody that's interested in potentially enlisting, we've got a speaker from the Army National Guard, the U.S. Navy, and then a new speaker from the Army who actually is a Whiteland graduate. So we always love when our graduates come back and speak. So if you have any interest in the enlistment, he's not been here yet this year. So make sure to sign up for the Army and see Sergeant Doty. In information technology, we have staff from the Johnson County Library coming back to talk about being a public librarian. This is also good if you might have an interest in education, as I mentioned before with occupational therapy, of maybe I want to be in education but not a teacher. What are some other kind of avenues there? In transportation, we have staff coming from Ivy Tech to talk about the programs that they have that can train students in automotive and diesel mechanics. They also have a special school and work partnership with Toyota, and the speaker will be discussing that. I was super excited about this next one because we have a commercial pilot coming. So we have someone that actively flies planes for an airline that's requested a day off from his flight schedule that will come here and talk about what it's like to be a pilot and the training that you need to get there. Within business and finance cluster, we have staff from First Merchants Bank to come and talk about careers in the banking industry, the ones that require maybe a little bit of college, but also the ones that you can get your foot in the door with your high school diploma and then work your way up. We've got several speakers in the area of manufacturing. Manufacturing a lot of times is a hard thing for students to kind of have a visual image of what it is. Manufacturing is just a company or a factory that takes a raw material, so let's say a big block of aluminum, and then they use automation, robotics, they use computer-controlled machines to cut, drill, smooth, round out to make custom parts for a customer. The material that companies use can be different, and what types of customers they serve can be different. But all of these are areas where if you're someone that likes a really active job, you want to be up and moving, you like mechanical things, working with your hands, these are all areas that I would encourage you maybe jump into one of these speakers so you can start to see that visual of what these types of jobs are. In Johnson County, we have a ton of manufacturing job opportunities, and those are well-paying jobs. Most of them require just a high school diploma. So we have a local company, Pointer Sheet Metal. This group manufactures and cuts sheet metal for ventilation. So when you think about, they almost look like aluminum foil tubes that air flows through for heating and ventilation. They'll do that for ventilation, stairways, railings. They even do custom art pieces. Pointer has done work for Gainbridge Fieldhouse, which is where the Pacers play, Indiana Grand Casino, and even the Johnson County Library. We have speaker coming from Honda to talk about the motor vehicles and the manufacturing of those. So that speaker is going to talk about what career opportunities are available with that company. Precision Products, another local company. They manufacture parts for security systems that are used by military, homeland security, and private security systems. They create items like range targets, ballistic protection, range lighting, mobile battery regenerators. They also use custom machine automation to create unique products per their customer's request. Within the area of STEM, but also would kind of overlap with construction, we have an electrical engineer coming from Primary Engineering. They're located in Indianapolis, and they service the electrical, lighting, and sound needs for schools, cities, towns, churches, retail spaces. In the area of general college information, we have a speaker to talk about the ASAP program from Ivy Tech. This is a program specifically designed and offered in Franklin where students can accelerate getting through college. So an associate's degree we usually think of as being 4 semesters, which is 2 school years. This program schedules it differently in a way that then you can get done in 1 year. Or you can get your bachelor's in 3 years instead of 4, and that's assuming you leave high school with no college credit, and many of you will be leaving with college credit. You could get done possibly even faster. It's a way to save time and money in your college education and enter that the workforce faster with your college degree. That's called the ASAP program. And within adult living, this is seniors again. Hopefully you haven't tuned me out just yet, but here's 2 speakers that you might be interested in, even though we can see the finish line towards graduation. LinkedIn is social media for professionals, a way to network and connect. We have a speaker coming to talk about the benefits of LinkedIn and how to create a professional profile. Those of you going to college might be interested in learning about that as you move through your college education and need to make connections for internship opportunities and getting some job experience. We also have a speaker coming from First Merchants Bank to talk about owning a home. I know that may be off in the future, but learning some basics about what's the financial importance of home ownership, what are some basics that you should know about insurance and mortgages and the steps to that process, kind of just familiarizing yourself with some vocab related to that. So lots of speakers to choose from. As we've done before, you can sign up the bit.ly or that QR code, and I will leave this open through the next week so you have time to look through your choices and make your selection. Please, I hope we have a lot of students sign up. Since we have so many speakers, I hope we have a lot of full rooms. Thank you so much and have a great day.